So for the most part, I use syntax when creating almost all my SPSS output. Of course, every once in a while I do use buttons, but for the most part I'm calling up syntax I've created and developed, and then I use AutoHotkey to pull it up for me. But what if you're just getting into using syntax? So there's three different ways that come to mind that I can create the syntax. One is I come in here and I'll say I want to run frequencies on gender, and instead of just running it, I can hit paste, which actually dumps it right here into a syntax file. Alright, that's simple and easy, and later if I want to manipulate it, I have it there. It's very convenient. Now, so let me show you here. It runs it. Great. Here it is right here. The second way is actually after you've run it, if you go back and look in your notes, you can see here under syntax, it shows you the syntax that we used to create this, which is, it's often your notes are hidden so you don't see this right away, but that is there and it's available. Another way, which is really helpful, is to come in here and tell it to display commands in the log. So we're going to hit OK. I want to empty the screen. Now when I come in here and I just run this, I'm not hitting paste, but I just run it, and I say OK. You'll see it ran it, but you'll see up here it actually pasted the syntax in my output, which I can then go in, copy, grab it, cut it, go paste it into a syntax file or use it where I want. And lastly, which I highly recommend, is making sure that you're using your log. So if we go up under options, if we go up here to edit to options, I have a button right here for mine. So options, and make sure that, I'm sorry, in the journal. So go to general and make sure that you're recording your journal and that you actually know where your journal is. I have mine set up in this temp folder under SPSS, and so you'll see it here. So let me go navigate. Here's that folder. You can see I actually have different journal files for different computers, so I keep them separate. And if we open one, let's see, here's a smaller, that's for 18. Oh, it's okay. So we'll open that one, and what you see is it's actually, alright, let's not open that one. Alright, so let's open this one. This is for 13, and for the most part it has all the syntax since I started recording it. And you can see there's over 40,000 lines of code here, but anything that gets run, it dumps a copy of it into this syntax file, and the file over time can become pretty large, but it's still, you can go back and let's say you ran analysis 6 months ago or a year ago. Well, if you remember possibly like where the data file was stored, or some key variables, or you can search through it and identify it that way. And this can really save your butt if you've done a lot of analysis and then later you have to recreate something. You can go find the syntax you used to create it and just go rerun it. So you can come in here, let's find something here. So let's say I have the right data file open. I can come in here, copy, come back over into my syntax window and paste it in there, and if actually this had the data file, if this had the right variables in here, this would run without a problem. And it definitely, once you get used to using syntax, you'll notice how much faster and more efficient you are, and that you can actually also start working before the data file is complete. You can actually start, creating your output of what you're going to do, and then when you finally get a complete data file, you can just run your analysis, and it just saves a lot of time and efficient. Thanks.